What is up, everybody? It is me, ZL Penguin. Welcome to week 2. For our video this week, we're going to be doing a how-to video on how to dual boot Windows. Now, this demonstration will be on Windows 10. However, this will work on 11, 10, 8, 8.1, and Windows 7. And with that, I will be doing a voiceover and doing a guide step by step, while also installing and show you how to not make any mistakes. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. So you're gonna start by doing this by opening your File Explorer, as you can see right now. Then we're gonna go ahead and click this PC. While hovering over this PC, we're going to now right click on that, and then we're going to click Manage. Now that computer management is open, we're going to go ahead and click Disk Management. Let me start off by saying this step may be scary, but if you follow on the correct instructions, you'll get it. So to start off, we're going to right click on your C drive. Then we're going to go and click Shrink Volume. Now right here, this means that it's just currently finding enough space on the volume to shrink. Depending on the multiple factors, it may take a long time. This is a hard drive and this took about a couple minutes, so it does take time. This screen is very confusing. Now I'm going to help explain through it. So it does all your partitioning in megabytes. So for example, if you want to do 100 gigabytes, it's about like 100,000 or so. That's, I think. Don't rely on me on that. What I recommend doing is Googling megabytes to gigabytes to then put 100 gigabytes and then put that into this shrink area on disk management to shrink. I also want to say, do not do it too big or too small. Too big will ruin your current partition and make it too small to function Windows properly. And too small will make it so that you are unable to install Windows. Depending on your hard drive size, I recommend maybe 50 gigabytes. If you have a 500 gigabyte drive, maybe 100 gigs. I will leave a link in the description of what I personally recommend of what size you should do. Also want to make it minded that not 100, whatever the size is for 100 gigabytes, if you do it in megabytes from Google and put it into this, it will not do 100 gigabytes, it'll do like 98 or something like that. So you might want to go just a little lower, so maybe 102,000 instead for this, for shrinking. Once you decide that you want, go ahead and click Shrink. No, go ahead and shrink. Now right here, as you can see, you have this unallocated partition. Go ahead and right click that and then go ahead and click New Simple Volume. Right here, you go ahead and click Next and leave that size. Now at this assign drive letter part, you can assign a drive letter, for example, .d. Then you can go ahead and name the volume. So for non-persistent, for example, like Windows 8.1 or whatever, as you can see right here in this example. Leave it as NTFS and click Perform a Quick Format. Then go ahead and click Finish. As you can see, now it's loading and formatting. And as you see right there, that's almost 100 gigabytes. And there you go. Now you have successfully partitioned your drive. You can also confirm this in File Explorer. As you can see, there is a drive D called Windows 8.1. Now, there is no storage on it, so there's no Windows logo on it. But now, it is ready for you to do a dual boot, which we will now show. Alright, next up, you need to create a Windows USB on a flash drive around 8 gigs or more, depending on the OS, what you do. I don't have a tutorial on this channel, however, if you Google it or search a YouTube video, you will be able to find a tutorial on how to make a Windows flash drive. So, next up, after you create the flash drive, go ahead and turn on your computer and head into the boot menu section. Not the BIOS, the boot menu. Most computers is F12, others are different. Google your computer's model by the manufacturer to see what key it is. Next, if you want to go and locate it, it will probably be located under USB hard drive with whatever flash drive you have. For example, this is a SanDisk, so it's SanDisk Ultra Backup. Then we're gonna go ahead and press enter to boot to it once in a while. As you see this little setup, you go ahead and boot to setup. You're most likely not gonna have that section, but if you do, pick whatever architecture your computer is. This computer is both 32 and 64, however, we're gonna be doing 64-bit. Now you're gonna go ahead and let it load up its little files to start setup. As you can see, now it is loading setup. You may need to be patient, as it could take several minutes. Now that you are here, you can go and click next, and go to click install now. It's basically thinking of that you're just installing Windows on a blank drive, basically. These steps are similar to that, however, until we get to the actual setup screen. Or right on setup screen, until we get to, not this, until we get to the storage drive. This is where you could make a bad mistake, a really bad mistake. Let's go ahead and accept the terms and conditions really quick, and we're gonna click custom. Now there could be multiple partitions here, however there are only 2 on my case, so it's gonna be kind of easy to tell. Now here's the mistake: do not install it on your main drive. For example, the Acer drive is the main drive. Look for your new created partition. That's why we recommend naming it, so you know that you're installing onto your Windows 10 partition. Don't delete. You can format if you would like. Do not format your drive 1. That's all you need to do. You can go ahead and install this. Click next. It'll install. If you go here, it should give you a warning about Windows.old, and then it'll leave your files in Windows.old if you accidentally screw up and do that. Your Windows installation will be gone. You'll have to reinstall Windows, but you still have your files. If you keep the installation going, you'll have your fresh install of whatever version you're trying to dual boot, but your files will be on another partition and you need to drag and drop and reinstall applications. After that, setup should resume as normal. After you dual boot, you will have a boot menu. Depending on the OS, it'll show both OSs so you can choose to boot. That's how dual boot works. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this how to video. Next we're going to be taking a look at quite an old operating system. Windows XP again, but not just any old Windows XP Home Edition. So stay tuned for next week and you'll see why. Thank you guys so much for watching and have fun dual booting. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments below and I will try my best to help out as much as I can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and this is the Yellow Penguin.